Well, hey everybody, it's Mum by Doug. Grab yourself a piping hot cup of hot coffee for this fireside chat. This is going to be how many questions can I go through in 10 minutes or less. First question came from Teresa12321, and she wanted to know, I'm quite the car connoisseur, so which are my favorites and what is your dream car? I kind of talked about this last night, but I'll go ahead and say, my dream car is a Maybach. That's a division of Mercedes. Which is funny because I really don't like German cars all that well, but a Maybach is an ultimate luxury car. My other favorite cars are Lexus, and yeah, I would stick with that, I guess. Second question came from Goldilocks829. I'd like to know how you met Darla, how long you dated before getting married, did you know she was the one right when you met her? Thanks for letting me be nosy. Not being nosy, this is the kind of stuff I wanted. I did talk about this the other day as well. But Darla and I met at the skating rink when we were kids. I did not think that we would ever get married. So, yeah, I didn't know right away that she was the one. But eventually I did. When we started dating as adults, after she had been married, I kind of knew right away, and I proposed to her within about a year. So, yeah. It's Your Ohio said, who do you like the most on YouTube, and who do you like the least on YouTube? Ooh, gonna pause while I think about that one. Okay, after having given it some thought, I would say that the people that I like most on YouTube, it has to be a tie, and for different reasons. Sugar and Lance, and Silver Scream Girl. That's Justin and Beth. I have a different kind of relationship with each of them. Justin I know very well offline. Beth I know only online, and I can't wait to meet her at South Tube 2 in 2008. So those are my two favorite people. Least favorite people on YouTube, I really don't want to say, because I really don't have anybody that I dislike. And if I do, I'm not subscribed to them, and I just don't really have anybody like that. Eden Bainbridge also asked how Darla and I met, which I already said. So, but I wanted to give Eden Bainbridge credit for asking that question. 1DRock37167 wants to know, how did you come up with the handle Mum by Doug? Well, that's a good question, especially if you haven't followed me for very long. By followed me, obviously I don't mean followed me, but if you haven't watched my videos for very long. I spent 6 months in Mumbai, India in 2005 for work. And Mumbai is the city was formerly known as Bombay, sometimes is still called Bombay. But I worked there for about 6 months, and then last summer, back in June of 2007, I had an opportunity to go back for 1 week. So if you look at my videos from June of 2007, you'll see a couple of brief videos from there. And if you go way back in my videos, you'll see a slideshow from my original trip to India. So, good question. Mumbai Doug. I created that name as a Yahoo account back in 2005, and now that name has sort of carried with me as I've gone along. Thanks, Daryl, for that question. Peaches927 asks, what is your favorite band or music group? Oh my gosh, that's so hard. I have so many. There's a... You know what? There's a lot. I would say, let me give you my favorite genres. I like all genres of music almost, except for heavy metal. That's the only thing I've never really gotten into. But I mostly listen to contemporary Christian and then top 40. So, and depending on my mood, I could swing into classical, I could swing into 80s rock, jazz, you name it, I could get into it. Kinjita asks, what would you do for a Klondike bar? Well, I had to give that a lot of thought, because that's not just something that I can, answer lightly. What would I do for a Klondike bar? I would probably do so much as pay $3.49 for a 6-pack of them at Walmart. I'd probably do that. Yeah. Lizzie Kitty, my girl, wants to know. Yes, I've got this all printed out in order. Lizzie Kitty asks, when we all go to South Tube 2 and we do the collab of Gary delivering Darla's baby, How bad will you freak out if Beth and I leave you in the limo with Justin and he's shaking his leg? That's funny right there. It's funny for a couple of reasons, because I've actually been stuck in a car with Justin now. Of course, I have a whole different story about being stuck in the car with Justin, which is Sugar and Lance. Sugar and Lance, if you guys don't know him, check him out. Because when Justin and I were in the car, we had a bedroom door in the back seat, and it was shoved all the way up to the front seats. We had to push the front seats of the car up so far that I had my hands on the dashboard like this all the way home. That's how close I was. And I was in the passenger seat. And Justin, I'm not kidding, y'all, Justin was driving with the steering wheel like this. It was the funniest thing ever. And he was so self-conscious about people seeing him drive that way, because this is how he usually drives. With his arm up, you know, like that. He's like gangsta style. And so for him to sit up and have to drive like this was the funniest thing I've ever seen. I don't know what we'll do when we do that collab at South Tube 2, but I think that sounds like a heck of a lot of fun. Okay, let's see. Gotta move faster. Do you want to have more kids? Oh, I answered that one in last night's video. So I don't want to go. It's kind of a long story, so I don't want to go through it again. That question is from Ghost of Xmas Past. Latte Sue asks, how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? If a woodchuck could chuck wood, I think it'd probably chuck all the wood that a woodchuck could if a woodchuck could chuck wood, but they can't. So, then the second question from Latte Sue is, do you have any problems? That's not what it says. Do you have any phobias? If so, what are they? Funny you should ask, because I actually have my worst fear caught on tape one night from last summer. I'm putting the link of that video over in the description box. You need to go watch that if you want to know what my worst phobia is. It's flying things. Flying things getting up in my face. I'm horrified by it. Go watch this. It's called Terror in My House Caught on Tape, I think is the name of the video, but I'm putting the link over here for you. And yeah, Lemonette thought that was a real hoot, seeing me terrorized by a moth in my own house with the camera rolling. Good times. Okay, Juju58 asks, where'd the Vogue thing come from? That Vogue thing that I've been doing at the end of my videos? I don't know. At the end of one of my videos a few weeks ago, I guess, I didn't know how to end, and I used to do like West Side, peace out. And then one night, all of a sudden, just without thinking, I went like Vogue. And then I just kept doing it because I'm weird that way. I just can't stop. Well, sometimes I start things, and then I can't stop them, and I don't know when overdoing it is overdoing it. Jeep Girl 2 asks, okay, what is your job? You've mentioned that you work a lot of weekends and that you lived in India. I'm guessing computers. Most folks probably already know this, but she's sort of new here. My job is not really with computers. I am a business analyst and sometimes corporate trainer at a, let's just say an international company. And so sometimes my work requires me to train people overseas and set up training programs and that kind of stuff. I have 15 seconds left, so I'm going to stop it there for this video. I might do another one tonight. Who knows? Thanks for watching. Peace out. West Side. Vogue.